They were two clones with entirely different lives. Thorn became a commander in the Grand Army of the Republic, whilst Lawquane lived a quiet life with his family. In addition, one of these men were able to escape the Clone Wars unscathed, whilst the other was killed doing his duty, defending the Galactic Republic. Because both characters are not the most fleshed out individuals in the Star Wars universe, we will be combining their lives into one lore episode. Hit the intro. The Count Cuisance presents Star Wars Lore Episode 98, Commander Thorn and Cut Lawquane. Thorn was just like every other clone trooper. He was a copy of bounty hunter Jango Fett and was given accelerated growth on Kamino. The clone was firstly identified by a unique clone code, but he soon adopted the name Thorn. He was trained to become a commander in the Grand Army of the Republic, and was present on Tipoca City not long before the Battle of Geonosis. During the Clone Wars, Thorn became a shock trooper and wore Phase 2 armour very similar to Commander Fox. The commander wielded a Z6 rotary blaster cannon, which he called the Hammer. Unfortunately, Thorn's arguably biggest mission was also his last. In 20 BBY, he led a group of shock troopers whilst accompanying Senator Amidala and Rush Clovis on the planet Scipio. Padme travelled there to help Clovis in his transition from Senator to the head of the intergalactic banking clan. Whilst the meeting took place, Thorn and the shock troopers guarded their ships outside, but the commander told Amidala that he'd stay in contact. Not long after, Thorn became aware of incoming CIS bombers. Realising that his men were out in the open, the commander ordered the shock troopers to fall back to the city gates. He also contacted Amidala, telling her to retreat. The bombers began to wipe out the troopers before gunships dropped off battle droids. The separatist forces surrounded Thorn and his men, and were slowly closing in on them. The commander soon became the only clone left standing. He continued to fire the hammer, and even used it as a melee weapon when the droids got closer. Unfortunately, Thorn was outnumbered severely and was shot multiple times in the chest. He died surrounded by the enemy. However, he valiantly carried out his duty right until the end. His bravery allowed Amidala to escape Scipio. Cut Lawquane was a regular clone trooper, and so had an upbringing very similar to that of Thorn, though he was not given as advanced training. Around 22 BBY, Lawquane and some other clone troopers were on a transport that was attacked by two separatist gunships. Their vehicle crashed and hardly anyone survived. Following this, the separatists searched the wreckage for survivors. In an act of survival, Cut abandoned the surviving clones and fled the scene. Not long after, he met a Twilight female named Sue, and the two quickly fell in love. They married, and Lawquane helped look after Sue's two children, Shia and Jek. The former Republic soldier began a new life on Saleucami with his new family, and he became a farmer. Although Cut tried his best to avoid the Clone Wars, the conflict never avoided him. After an orbital battle, General Grievous and his soldiers landed on Saleucami. One of their pods actually crashed into Lawquane's farmland. Sue was the one to greet Captain Rex and his men, who were on the hunt for Grievous, since her husband was away delivering their first harvest. Because Rex had been injured by a commando droid earlier, Sue allowed the soldiers to stay in the family's barn. Later, Lawquane returned and found Rex sleeping in the barn. Seeing the clone trooper as an intruder, Cut approached the sleeping captain. However, he soon awoke and the two briefly fought. Rex immediately realised his foe was actually a fellow clone and accused Lawquane of deserting the Republic. After being interrupted by Cut's family, the two clones discussed their opposing views in a more civilised manner. He told the captain that he was definitely not a coward, and he would fight to his last breath to protect his family. Not long after, Sue's children played with the escape pod, which still lay outside. Unfortunately, they accidentally activated the pod and alerted many commando droids. Realising the danger, the former soldier headed to a hidden stash of weapons he had. Cut wanted to protect his family, but knew he had to attack the droids. As a compromise, he had Rex watch over them whilst he engaged the enemy. Although the fight was tough and Rex had to be called into action, the clones managed to defeat the droids. The captain left the farm the next day, but beforehand he told Lawquane he wouldn't turn him in. Rex was inspired by Cut's drive to protect his family, and couldn't see him being taken away from the ones he loved. Now it's time for this week's question. What clone do you prefer, Commander Thorn or Cut Lawquane? Let me know in the comments below. They both fought for justified causes. Thorn desperately wanted to protect the Republic, whilst Lawquane would do anything to safeguard his family. It's hard to really say which one is more honourable. Remember to vote for next week's episode by liking one of the 3 comments below, and for more Star Wars lore, keep locked here to the King's ads.
Ugh, slap it about. Ugh, right. Move. No, move. Yeah, oh dear. Oh, I may have to. I'll just sort of move these. Right. Oh, no, no. Stop. Stop. Move away, Long. Stay, boy. Stay. Right, there we go.